Cool. Can you hear a lot of background noise? I'm in a parking lot. I hope that doesn't affect it too badly.
No, I actually can't. I couldn't tell. I thought you were like in your house or something. So I can't hear anything. So yeah, we should be good.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So awesome. So I'm here with Tom from Deathpoint. How's it going, man?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Man, we got some new music coming out, dude. A couple weeks, October, which is hard to believe that October is already almost here. But
yeah, man, I
know. Man, where did the year go? But Sinister is coming out finally, man, and it's a killer record.
Thanks, dude. Thanks. We're really excited to finally get this thing out there.
Yeah, I bet, dude. It's aggressive as hell. It's got attitude. It's like the epitome of a metal record, as far as I'm concerned. It's just outstanding. And it's the sophomore album. Can you tell me a little bit about creating this record and coming off of the Suffer EP and Fixation and all that, going into record and write this one?
Well, I'm the new guy, right? Yeah. They had a singer before me, Johnny Barr, and he did the EP and he did the Fixation album with them. I came in maybe 6 months ago.
Okay.
They, Johnny had left the band. They had this album. They knew they wanted to call it Sinister. They had 4 tracks that Johnny had already done that were on that EP. And they had 5 more that they needed done. I had been in a band called Odium and had played with the guys plenty times before, and so they called me in to finish it. And after I'd finished the album, I knew that I didn't really want to just hand it over to whoever they ended up having, to replace Johnny. So I decided to do it myself. So basically everything was already written except for lyrics for 5 songs. And it really came together for us, man. It felt like I was already a member of the band, so we just went for it.
Awesome. Yeah, I was going to ask at what point in the process you came in. Was it the beginning or because I know Johnny had some vocal problems and he had to step down. They had to go in another direction. But I've never known at what point that was that had happened. And so what was...
Yeah, everything was recorded. Okay. Everything was recorded except for vocals, so...
Okay, cool. And so what was it like coming in? Because, Johnny and the rest of the band, they go way back, and so when you're coming into, a situation in a band, you're coming in to replace, not just a singer, but a guy that they've known for a long time. What was that like for you? What was your thought process, and how did you handle that situation?
Well, I mean, the guys, I was already friends with the guys, so, that wasn't too big of an issue. They're still very good friends with Johnny. I was always friends with Johnny. In fact, I didn't even have the guy's number till after I joined and replaced him, and, we're still cool, and, trade jokes about, inside jokes about the band and all that stuff, and, he helped me catch up on a lot of history. So, it was really smooth, man. It was really smooth, and that's why I joined. Because originally I was just the guy to do the record and then get out, right? And it was just so smooth that it just made sense for me to stay.
It's good to know that Johnny and the band are on good terms and you're on good terms with him, because a lot of times when there's lineup changes and especially singer changes, a lot of the time you see so many instances and stories where nobody is really cool with each other when that happens, and it's good to see. It's almost rare for something like this to happen where everybody's cool with each other. So that's awesome, man.
Yeah, we definitely, we wanted to keep it that way, and we're all very happy with, how that all turned out. Because it could be messy. I've seen it get messy, and I'm really glad that everybody's still cool, because they're all good friends of mine. Right?
Awesome. So going, when they went into, to write the record and when and all that, and when you came in, did it change anything as far as sometimes a vocal change and everything can change a lot when it comes to the final product. You see so many times where there's a singer change and it doesn't sound really the same. How have you noticed the band's dynamics and all of that changing or staying the same? Since you came to be a part of the band, is there much of a difference at all?
I don't think there's a huge difference. I think that Johnny and I have a relatively similar style.
Okay.
But I didn't really, I didn't think about that when I came in. I wasn't trying to replace him. I wasn't trying to be somebody else. I already had my own style. I came in and did exactly that, and it was basically take it or leave it, and everybody was really happy with how it was coming out. So I just kept doing what I was doing, and now we've got Sinister. So, but I mean, it's not like I'm drastically different from Johnny. So I kind of knew going in that it should work, right?
Okay, cool.
So,
okay, awesome. So have you guys sat down to write any more music together? Because, like you said, they had already had everything already written, pretty much recorded when you came in. Have you guys sat down to write anything? Obviously the record's not even out yet, but a lot of times, a band is already writing for the next record. Have you guys started anything like that? Are you just kind of taking it Sinister as right now, this is what we're doing, and after we get done touring on this, maybe we'll sit down and do some writing for a next one? Or where's the band at right now?
We're actually, we've already started working on some new stuff.
Okay.
Which we're pretty excited about. It's cool because I never got to write anything with them. It was already done, right? So
right.
It's cool to get to do that. Yeah, we're pretty stoked about the new stuff. Obviously, we're trying to, like Sinister's not even out yet, so we're kind of keeping a lid on it. But yeah, it's definitely happening, and we're pretty happy with how it's turning out. We really meshed pretty well together. So. Yeah, I couldn't be happier with the dynamic of these guys.
Awesome. I was going to say, writing with Odium, your previous bands and work you've done in the past, and writing with the guys from Deathpoint, how has it been, writing and, like you said, you meshed, instantly right away, meshed really well together. Tell me a little bit about what it's like to really work with these guys. I mean, it's one thing to be friends with when you're in one band, it's one thing to be friends with guys in another band. It's another thing to work with them, right away, up close and, write together. So what's that like, working with these guys?
It's good. I mean, they do things a little bit differently than I'm used to. But, that's just kind of a learning curve. They do a lot of writing off the floor. Whereas, with my previous band, we did, we're all just sitting in front of a computer with guitars, just writing stuff, chopping and pasting, moving stuff around. These guys write a lot more off the floor. And then get into that process. So that's been a little mind-boggling to me because I'm sitting there in a room and, if you've ever been in a jam space with, a bunch of guys with guitars, there's always somebody, noodling around on a guitar while you're trying to talk and, that type of stuff. So it's been a little bit confusing, but, it really does, you really know what's going to work live when you're jamming it live. I really do like the approach of writing some of the stuff off the floor and then, sitting down and kind of arranging stuff and moving stuff around on the computer after. As for being on the road with them, really fun guys, they're also a little bit younger than me. So, I was kind of concerned that a lot of things that would come up, they wouldn't quite handle it the way that, my previous band would have, whereas, I was, the same age or younger than some of them, right? So, but no, like really, really mature for their age, and
that's awesome.
They really get out there and get stuff done. I'm very, very impressed and very happy with my new band.
Awesome, yeah. I know what you're talking about. I'm a lot older than a lot of my friends, and I know what you mean by worrying about, are they going to handle things a certain way, or how are things going to go when certain things come up? Because I know what that's like. It's it can be interesting sometimes. So
yeah, and they step up to the plate every time, man. Like we got in a car accident on our last run out to Halifax, and everybody handled their stuff. We all solved the problem. You know, nobody's sitting there freaking out or shutting down or whatever, you know, some people would do.
Yeah.
These guys were all, you know, you get on your phone, call the cops, you try and get this trailer off the road, you know, things like that. They handled it great. Really well put together set of guys.
Nice. Yeah, you mentioned, you know, on the road with them. Have you had a chance to play any of this new stuff for some of the fans on the road yet? What's the fan reaction been to some of the new music?
Like to Sinister stuff?
Yeah, to Sinister. Yeah.
Yeah, we play only Sinister stuff.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Well, just because the EP, you know, that was kind of like a lot of people were really into the EP stuff, and 4 of those songs are on Sinister.
Okay.
So it's kind of like I'm playing old stuff anyway. And since there was so much to learn and so much to get into, and we know that we want to be pushing Sinister, and I don't sound exactly like Johnny, so it kind of, I mean, you know, there's a good chance that we'll get into some of the older stuff, and I'll do my live rendition of it. But I mean, really, Sinister's my stuff, and there's plenty of material to go around. Especially, you know, this is a band that's just starting out, right? So you got a half-hour set. You wanna punish them, man. So nice. Sinister's our best stuff, so we use it.
Nice. Exactly, you want to punish them. Sinister will do that because this record is insane. It's I started it just from track 1. I'm like, this is awesome. I absolutely loved it. I was actually listening to it. I was about halfway through when you called. Actually, I was listening to it again today, and
nice.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite records I've gotten this year. Actually, it's great.
Well, thanks, dude.
Yeah,
glad you like it.
Yeah, it's always, you don't know what you're going to get when you get sent a record from a new band or a band you're not familiar with, and sometimes you press play with caution sometimes. So with this one, I was like, let's do it, and just from track 1, I was like, it's awesome. Yeah, it's good. And so, what exactly is the release date for Sinister? Because I haven't found the release date. I know it's in October. Is it like the beginning, middle?
Sinister will be October 1st.
Okay, so next week, it looks like.
Yeah.
So, nice.
Yep.
Awesome. So, it's got to be, releasing a record, this has got to be like the most, you know, anxious time. And you're getting to like the last week before it's released. You've been waiting so long already. You guys have anything special planned for the release? Or, you know, any special shows coming up? Or a lot of people do like a release show, stuff like that.
Yeah, we're getting a show together with Threat Signal.
Nice.
They're out of Hamilton as well. They're doing a fundraising show for their next tour, and so we're jumping on that, and we're gonna do the release show for the album as well. That's gonna be at Club Absinthe in Hamilton on October 26th.
Okay.
And we've got a string of shows through Ontario and French Canada.
Nice.
Around that time that we're going to be pushing this stuff. At least, you know, in our area, we're working on some more stuff to get a little bit farther out. We want to get down into the States.
Nice.
But again, we're a band that's just starting out, right? So a lot of that stuff, it takes a little bit of time to be feasible. But there are definitely plans in place we're working on to. Don't worry, dude. We're going to be there to visit you at some point.
I was going to ask, when are you coming to the States, man? We got to have you here. So it wouldn't take much for you know, you guys to hit it here. It would not take long to get a good following here at all. With this record, it would be easy. So
right on. Well, I can't wait to go test your theory.
Yeah, we got a lot of good venues around my area here that would be great metal places, great rock places. So hopefully you guys can get down here soon, really soon. Because if not, I'm gonna have to come to Canada. So, which I will do if I need to. So.
Right on, dude.
So, man, thank you so much today. It's been great, man. And again, congratulations on the great record, and good luck on the upcoming tour and the shows that you got coming up. It should be good.
Well, thank you, and thanks for having me on the show, man.